Welcome to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so you will be informed our new videos. Today we will discuss about 10 years of Syrian war, how and who started it, what did it so far. In 2011, Syria's government led by President Bashar al-Assad faced an unprecedented challenge to its authority when pro-democracy protests erupted throughout the country. Protesters demanded an end to the authoritarian practice of the Assad regime, in place since Assad's father, Hafiz al-Assad, became president in 1971. The Syrian government used violence to suppress demonstrations, making extensive use of police, military, and paramilitary forces. Opposition militias began to form in 2011, and by 2012 the conflict had expanded into a full-fledged civil war. In this special feature, Britannica provides a guide to the civil war and explores the historical context of the conflict. In January 2011, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad was asked in an interview with the Wall Street Journal if he expected the wave of popular protest then sweeping through the Arab world, which had already unseated authoritarian rulers in Tunisia and Egypt, to reach Syria. Assad acknowledged that there had been economic hardship for many Syrians and that progress toward political reforms had been slow and hardy. But he was confident that Syria would be spared because his administration's stance of resistance to the United States and Israel aligned with the beliefs of the Syrian people, whereas the leader who had already fallen had carried out pro-Western foreign policy in defense of their people's feeling. The onset of anti-regime protesters, coming just a few weeks after the interview, made it clear that Assad's situation had been much more precarious than he was willing to admit. In reality, a variety of long-standing political and economic problems were pushing the country towards instability. When Assad succeeded his father in 2000, he came to the presidency with the reputation as a modernizer and a reformer. The hope that were raised by Assad's presidency went largely unfulfilled, though, and political brief return toward greater participation was quickly reversed, and Assad revived the authoritarian tactics of his late father's administration, including pervasive censorship and surveillance and brutal violence against suspected opponents of the regime. Assad also oversaw significant liberalization of Syria's state-dominated economy, but those changes mostly served to enrich a network of crony capitalists with ties to the regime. On the eve of the uprising, then Syrian society remained highly repressive with increasingly conspicuous inequalities in wealth and privilege. Economical crisis also played a role in Syria's uprising. Between 2006 and 2010, Syria experienced the worst drought in the country's modern history. Hundreds of thousands of farmers' families were reduced to poverty, causing a mass migration of rural people to urban shanty towns. As the protest increased in strength and size, the regime responded with heavier force. In some cases, this meant encircling cities or neighborhoods that had become hubs of protest, such as binias or homes, with tanks, artillery, and attack helicopters or cutting off utilities and communications. In response, some groups of protesters began to take up arms against the security forces. In June, Syrian troops and tanks moved into the northern town of Jisr al-Sugar, sending a stream of thousands of refugees fleeing into Turkey. By summer of 2011, Syria's regional neighbors and the global power had both begun to split into pro- and anti-Assad camps. The United States and the European Union were increasingly critical of Assad as his crackdown continued, and US President Barack Obama and several European head of state called for him to step down in August 2011. An anti-Assad bloc consisting of Qatar, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia formed in the last half of 2011. The United States, the European Union, and the Arab League soon introduced sanctions targeting senior members of the Assad regime. Meanwhile, Syria's long-standing allies Iran and Russia continued their support, an early indicator of the international division and rivalries that would prolong. Russia and China cast the first of several vetoes blocking a United Nations Security Council resolution that would have condemned Assad's regime. After the passage of 10 years, the Syrian war is still in progress, which already have killed and wounded thousands and displaced many peoples. You are watching our YouTube channel. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so you will be informed about our new videos. Thank you.